Welcome to Ask the Expert, a daily series from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. to help small businesses. You can ask any questions in the comments or use the hashtag QBATE on Twitter.
If you need any more advice, join the official Intuit QuickBooks SMB community group on Facebook. Accountants and business experts are on hand 24/7.
During the live session, we'll also be running a poll, so please do engage with it and we'll reveal the result at the end. How's it going, guys? We are Charlie and Lauren. We're a travel blogging couple. We also create content on Instagram and use our photography skills offline to work with some big brands. Today, we're going to be talking a bit about ourselves and then hopefully educate you guys or give you some tips and advice on how to strategize your Instagram. So our background, where do we even begin?
All started out really going backpacking, traveling. We both have a passion for photography, so we took pictures and traveled basically in the beginning, just cheap backpacker lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then we documented all this on our Instagram page, and we took pictures of each other as we went along. And then we realised as we were in the photos together, they would go really well on Instagram, and we saw our follow count start going up and up and up. So we stuck to that and stayed in the photos together, and it just started to grow from there. Really,
Yeah,
each country that we moved to, we picked up the followers, and
started getting an audience from around the world. This was we should have said this was like 3 years ago. So we set off for traveling in 2016, saved up a load of money from just our standard jobs. We were working with children in childcare. And yeah, like Lauren said, went backpacking, done the photography thing along the way. Didn't really have any kind of business strategy, didn't really have any goal with it, just planned on traveling and backpacking until we ran low on funds and then hopefully settle and pick a job up in New Zealand. And then, yeah, as we went along, picked up the followers and started getting a few free hotel stays, started getting a few brands reach out to us, asking if we could advertise their products for free. And to us, this was great, especially the free hotel stays to save money on accommodation. And then we kind of rolled with it, and the bigger it got, I think when we got to about 50,000 followers on Instagram, we realized, okay, we should probably be getting paid for this as well. And with the amount of exposure we were giving brands, we settled in Bali for 6 months, started really researching into marketing, how to make money from it, how to reach out to brands and pitch to them, put together a media kit, and kind of build more of a business rather than just a hobby. So it all came very naturally. It wasn't forced at all. We were all self-taught. Lauren picked up a lot of photography tips from YouTube and editing through YouTube. So
it was quite easy because it was stuff that we really enjoyed. So yeah, just researched on how to grow, and yeah, we just followed all those.
Yeah,
really.
That is pretty much it. That's kind of, without going into too much detail. We went into a lot of detail on our previous Ask the Expert about our story. But yeah, it just evolved from there. Then we went into photography. Then we picked up a website and started blogging and writing travel guides, learning a lot of SEO and how to rank in Google and make money from that also. So now, yeah, we kind of flick between our Instagram, creating content for brands offline because they like our style of photography, and then we've got our travel blog, and we're also picking up YouTube since lockdown. We've been doing a bit of that. So yeah, that's where we're at today. We should probably...
Today we wanted to really talk about how to grow as a business on Instagram, really, and just give a few pointers and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, give any advice that we can to you. So we'll jump straight into that. The most important thing for us really is to choose a niche and stick to it.
When we started taking photos and we saw what did well, which was the photos together as a couple, the romantic photos in beautiful places, it started to go really well. So we stuck with that and tried to show more personality in the photos, like smiling or laughing or just really interacting with each other, and people seemed to really like that. So we stuck with that, and we decided that the couple travel thing was going to be our niche.
Yeah, so I guess passing on that advice, kind of nail down your niche early. So whether you're going to be doing fitness, beauty, whether you've got a product to sell, whatever it may be, nail the niche down and stick to it so that when people come through to your page, they know exactly what they're getting. A lot of people they want to build a business or build a brand out of it, but they're just posting bits and bobs, some selfies, some holiday pics, some food pics. So definitely nail a niche. The next thing, once you've decided your niche, I guess, is to explain that in your bio. So again, write a short little snippet of exactly who you are and what you do in your bio, so that when people come through to your Instagram, there you go. One, they can see what you're about in your photo and your feed, and two, they can actually read exactly what you're
they're there
delivering,
for,
what to expect from you guys. The most important thing apart from the niche is definitely posting consistently.
Always stay active.
Staying active and staying consistent on your posting schedule.
Yeah.
So we post daily.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. daily in the UK we are. So hopefully it hits people around the time they're settling down for dinner. And if they don't see it whilst they're having their dinner, they're probably going to go on their phone and check before they go to bed. So from our past experience, we've tried over the years, and kind of evening time is best for activity on Instagram.
Yeah.
We post daily. You don't have to post daily, but if you can post, set yourself a schedule, whatever's good for you. So maybe every other day, or maybe even just 2 or 3 times a week. But make it regular and make it consistent, so that you stick to that, and people kind of know when to expect your content to come.
You can also see as well in your insights behind the business page. You can also see when your posts are performing the best, and you can follow that as well. So they might be performing better at 5 p.m. on Thursday, on the weekend. So make sure you're always posting consistently, especially on weekends, but all the time as well.
But the business analytics are a great tool to use, and
follow,
it gives you all that on Instagram. So have a look into it, and definitely use that.
And also engage with your audience as well. Like, always reply to comments, always reply to your DMs, answer questions. Always stay active on your stories, so you never really miss a story on a day, because people can drop off the radar if you're not active, and you should always just engage with your audience.
Absolutely, it's all about being there, being there 24/7, so that people can see your content and keep following your journey. Even if to you don't feel like you're doing a lot, just post something. Don't spam it with things that aren't going to interest people, but if you can find something a little interesting that happens throughout your day, document it, put it out to the followers, and keep them active, keep them entertained.
And if you're say, for example, for us, we're a travel couple. When we were growing our page, we made a consistent effort to comment on other travel couples pages, to build that community, so that people know who you are within that travel couple community.
That's definitely a huge thing. Building a community, and making yourself like little online friends, little bubbles where you'll go through and like and comment on their photos, and hopefully they'll return the favour. What we tend to advise not to do, become known within your little circle. Tend not to do is just spam people on the explore page, because you can just do that forever and it might not really return. No return on investment. So make some solid. It's better to have a small group of solid followers than just a large group of people that aren't really that interested in you, if that makes sense.
And another thing as well is planning. You can plan your feed ahead, so you can download apps that so you can see the colours and how they lay out in the feed. We use Unum, UNUM, and we've always used that, haven't we? So you can see, like, you could stick to maybe a set of 3 colours, so it all goes nicely in the feed, and at least it looks aesthetically pleasing when someone comes through to your page and they think, wow, this is really, really a beautiful feed. I can't go away without following. So make sure when someone clicks through, they have to follow you, because your page looks really nice.
Definitely. Planning an app like Unum. That's a great tip.
Definitely make sure that it's pleasing to the eye.
And it just gives you a bit of leeway, so that when it comes to posting, you can schedule a few ahead of time, so you've got some content coming up, and you know that it's going to look nice once it does eventually go on your feed. There's nothing worse than posting photos, then going on your Instagram and looking and saying, "God, that doesn't look very good." That's not very pleasing to the eye. So plan ahead to make sure everything you put out is going to look good.
Also, I'll say one more thing about whatever's hot on Instagram, to keep up to date. Like, for example, at one point it was IGTV. Make sure that you hop onto that, because if you're that first batch of IGTV videos, Instagram will push your content out there. Right now, for example, it's Reels. So we're trying to make the effort more to do Reels.
Get some video content out there.
Because there's lots of just Reels on the Explore page. When we scroll down our home feed right now, all it is showing us Reels. So just keep up with what's hot on Instagram. And also with the stories, be engaging in the stories. So set polls and make sure that your audience get a choice in some of the things you do, because then they feel a part of your journey as well.
I think as well, one more thing I want to add, one of the most important things for talking from our experience is to be relatable and be real. And that's really what's helped us grow on Instagram, is not trying to be too flash or something that you're not. Just be completely yourself, and the more followers you gain that appreciate that, the more loyal followers you'll have, and they'll really support anything you do. What else have we got? Have we got anything else? We're just flicking through our notes, guys. Yeah, keeping an eye on what's hot, using stories to your advantage, yeah, engaging with your audience.
And always stay active, because the minute you drop off the radar, someone that's been viewing your stories forever will probably stop. Instagram will probably stop showing them your content if you drop off the radar,
Yeah.
and then it will hide your content from it. Like the algorithms will hide your content, and so it's really important to always stay active.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Apart from that, we should probably get into some of your questions, guys. So, do you want to take one first, Laura?
Yes, let's go.
Where's the top one?
First question. First question is Jamie from Instagram DM. Do you work as photographers for income outside your Insta, YouTube, and blogging?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yes.
So over time, we've built relationship with brands. So a lot of our work comes through Instagram advertisements. So obviously, we'll wear an item of clothing or a watch, or we'll market a destination, take photos, and plug it to our Instagram audience and advertise it. But now we've got to a stage where the brands like our style of photography so much, or need extra content for their own social media, that we will create content for them, and it won't even go on our Instagram. It will be emailed straight to them. They'll pay us for the content for them to either use on their socials, use for their marketing platforms, use on billboards, whatever it may be. But that's another great thing about the online world, is it can actually lead to work offline work, and that's great, because it puts no pressure on you to spam your audience or it just puts no pressure on you at all. You can just work at your own pace.
But in terms of photographers, like, do we shoot for weddings, or do we do like pregnancy shoots or anything like that? We don't actually work as photographers.
No,
offline like that. But we
true.
do get all our work through social media, really.
Yeah. We try and keep it to social media. Yeah.
And we're the romantic couple in destinations. That's kind of what we do.
That's really what we do, pretty much. Yeah. Next one, we've got Craig from Facebook Messenger. How do you keep yourselves motivated when it comes to content creation? I have amazingly productive days and days when I'm just blank. Any tips, please?
We absolutely feel like that some days as well. And some days when we feel blank, we ride with it, really. I feel like we never used to when we were growing. We'd just push past that, and we were so determined to get a business up and running and start earning money. But now I feel like we're at a stage where we have got the financial freedom to relax now and again. And if we do get those blank days, we just do.
Yeah, just have a day off, do nothing, But if you start getting too many blank days, then you're probably on the wrong path. But yeah, you've got to try and get the balance. It's all about getting balance.
Definitely.
Some days you will wake up and you'll feel like, right, come on, let's hustle, let's get this business going. And other days, even now, we have days where we wake up and like, I can't be bothered to do anything today. And it's picking and choosing the days where you pull your socks up and get stuck in. But sometimes you have to just have a day off.
But that rest is so crucial, because sometimes when I switch off, I find that I'll be thinking of new great ideas while I'm resting. And that's really, really important, because sometimes you'll be working so hard and you just, you can go blank. You don't have the creativity when you're tired.
I think it's extreme. What we've learned is it is extremely important to listen to your body and know when you need a rest, but at the same time, be conscious of when you're just being lazy. So that's all about getting balance. I mean, it's quite a personal thing.
Definitely.
What's next, Loza?
Evelyn from Instagram DM. How do you know that you arrived as an influencer? I'm currently at 3.7k followers on Instagram. It's taken about 18 months, and I want to be able to start collaborating with brands ASAP. Well, I think when we started out, I think
it's a lot different now.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But
I think you would be classed as a micro influencer, and sometimes brands prefer working with micro influencers because they have a more engaging, loyal, active audience.
Yeah, there's definitely a brand and a market and an audience for every level of influencer. There's micro influencers, there's influencers, and then there's the kind of like the mega influencers with millions of followers. But the only way to find out is to reach out and test the water. So I would maybe look at pitching out emails to people.
If
people aren't contacting you, there's levels to everything. So definitely just put a little pitch together, plug out. You'll get some people that maybe will throw you some freebies. I've seen people definitely with 3,500 followers doing some small paid collabs. So
freebies are definitely great practice. We did a lot, and sometimes now we do still do exchange for a product, a shout out, or it just depends on what you're passionate about. If someone comes to us with the products that we wouldn't use, we'd obviously decline that. But if it was something we were super passionate about and it was a charity that we supported, we'd sometimes, do
I would definitely,
an exchange.
I would definitely
Freebie.
definitely reach out and try and get some, some free collabs in and try and get a bit of practice. You'll learn about, terminology, how the emails work back and forward. You can learn a lot from picking up just some free little jobs. And it's all about work experience, basically, because we don't go to college or study for this. So you've got to just chuck yourself in the deep end and learn as you go along.
Absolutely.
Next one we've got is, where are we?
William
from Twitter DM. Hey guys, I've got some ideas for creating a men's lifestyle-based Instagram account. I want to focus on a niche subject, which is men's grooming, like skincare, etc. Do you think working in a niche is risky? Should I include general fashion content as well? We were actually talking about this on the way over here this morning. I think it's very important to stick to one specific niche when you're starting out, so that people know exactly what they're coming to you for and what to expect. But you also kind of want to keep your options open so that you can expand. And when you do start showing a bit of lifestyle or a bit of fashion away from your grooming products, that people will adapt to that as well. You don't want that just going, So I would begin setting out as a niche, but kind of try and keep that niche. Maybe don't go as small as grooming products and skincare. Maybe you could go straight in at lifestyle and include all the little things that you're passionate about. Yeah, it's definitely good to have a niche rather than just throwing everything in there. But
just as long as it's aesthetically pleasing as well, like you've got quirky images and you work on your photography skills as well, make sure that the images are like the angles are perfect, and as long as it looks pleasing to the eye, I think people will enjoy following the page.
Definitely. And I think it's also important to keep try and get a bit of your personality across as well, because I think that's what really sets people apart on social media and gets them to that next level. Because to be honest, there's a lot of people doing the same thing online, whether it's travel couples, whether it's lifestyle, whether it's fashion. So that and everyone can take nice photos nowadays, and everyone can edit it and make it look perfect. So the thing that's going to set you apart, from my opinion, is personality. And that's what you should really try and incorporate in your Instagram and your socials, because that's what you've got that no one else can copy, really.
I think people also love to see who is behind the brand and the page as well. So if you are confident in talking to the camera or like taking stories and describing your product, people really connect with that. I think Definitely. They get attached to you as a person. They want to buy your product. They want to support you as a person if they like the person behind the camera.
Absolutely.
So if you are confident, we do definitely recommend to talk to the stories.
Yeah, even if only on your feed you're posting, pretty grid photos of, we have friends that run cake businesses or building businesses, and all they want to do is show off their products on their feed and what they sell. But then what I was going to say is they come to the stories, and that's where you can really show your personality behind it. So as long as you keep your feed looking pretty and showing what you have on offer, maybe through the stories, definitely try and bring in some personality too.
Yeah.
Next one.
Hassan from Instagram DM. How do you keep your content relatable? Does your personality come out organically in the content, or do you sometimes have to plan it according to the content? It's a bit of both, really. I guess sometimes we just have a laugh with it all, and we kind of have to act like the camera, the tripod is not there, and we just have to just make each other laugh, say something funny in the moment, and we just have it on click, 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 and we just maybe have 30-40 seconds of messing around, laughing, saying stupid stuff, and it will capture something. But then also some days we might not be in the mood, but we're on a job, and we do have to like get into the mode of it.
That's what I was going to say. The only time we really try and plan our content or the photos we're going to take is when we're on a job, or when someone is expecting something of a certain level. When we're just having fun and taking photos, normally we just go with the flow. Like I think tomorrow we're going to go out pumpkin picking, so we'll take the camera and try and get some photos while we're there. But when we're on a job, we try and plan a little bit ahead and think, what do they really want here?
Because there's a bit more pressure as well. So.
Yeah, you need to deliver it. But I think natural is always the best way to go with social media, and then you don't build up anything that holds pressure on you.
Definitely.
Where are we at, Loza? Jennifer from Facebook Messenger. Good morning. I have a passion for content creation and want to start a new Instagram channel, so we'll start with 0 followers. Do you think it's too late to join? Any advice? One thing I would say is it's never too late to join. There's however many billion people in the world, and a large percentage of them are on social media. So,
and we know a lot of people now that it's starting up now. We know friends with cake pages or nail art pages, and they're growing. They're definitely growing. I think it helps to start off with your audience. Start with your friends on Facebook. Share it on your Facebook. Get your friends on board. Get your friends to share it. Even start a Facebook page. Get people liking the page, and then you can promote it on all socials to get them follow my Instagram, and keep promoting it on your own stories as well.
And then just basically everything we said at the beginning about posting consistently, engaging with like-minded pages. Find your little niche and get out and reach to other people doing the similar thing, and hopefully they'll follow you back and comment. And it's all that's the best way to start, really. Build a small loyal following rather than thinking about numbers. If you can get 100 followers and they're all engaged with you, you still have influence. You still have an influence on that small amount, rather than have 1,000 followers and no one's interested. So definitely don't worry too much about numbers. And there's always room for everybody in this online world.
Definitely. I think you pronounce it Maeve from Instagram DM. Is it okay to approach brands to ask them for products for reviews? Will I come across as too needy? What's the best way to approach brands for collabs?
I would say definitely it's not neat. You won't come across too needy. The best way that we always tell people to approach brands
is what you can give them.
Don't reach out and say, this is what I want this, and I want to test your product and blah, blah. What you need to really give is what they can benefit from giving something to you. So always go with what you can give rather than what you can take, because they don't want to hear what you're going to take from them, which is free products. They want to hear how much you're going to give back to them. So tell them about your audience, tell them about what you plan on doing, writing about the review, how many people see it.
And it's also, we always try and make the effort as well to big up their product. And you're an amazing brand. I've been following you for some time. I really love your product, especially this line of
go into detail
about the product that you love, and you would really love to review it. And you're really great at photography, or you're really great with words,
and also genuinely, it has to be something that you're interested in. Do the legwork, follow them on Instagram, be passionate about their product, rather than just pitching to 100 brands hoping you can get some free stuff or make £100. Definitely just narrow it down to what you actually are passionate about, and it comes off much more authentically, and you'll be able to write something easy when you email them and say, I've been following you for some time, I love your new coat, and this is what I can offer you in exchange for some products. So that's probably the best advice we can give. I've got time for a few more. Right?
Oliver from Facebook Messenger. Is it too late to get into the blogging game? I think I have a flair for writing. I want to explore this medium to see if I can build an audience and traffic that I could monetize in the form of ads. What platform do you use? For blogging, we use WordPress.com. And is it too late? I don't think it's too late, because we use actually key search to find what would go well in Google. And there's still many things out there that could get to first page of Google that could gain you traffic still. I think even like social media is one thing, but blogging and Google and the internet is a whole nother thing, So in terms of blogging, it's even more about imagination on what you could write about, and like you say, using the right keywords, and definitely learning about SEO. To find out what you can rank for in Google. Like for us, we don't really talk too much about blogging, but it's a huge part of our income, and it's a huge part of our passion as well. It's so exciting finding, we're going down to Somerset at the weekend, and the first thing we'll do is we'll look up on Google to find out, are there things in the area that we could write about and possibly rank in Google for, to bring people through to our website and eventually make money from ads. So it's about giving back to them, finding the right things you can use and how it's going to benefit people. Key search is a really good tool to use to know what's going to go well in Google. And also we use Pinterest, which is a great way to market your blogs. Loads and loads of bloggers use Pinterest to get traffic. To get traffic.
And also, sorry, I was going to say one more thing. Forgot now. Basically there's always room for different niches and topics on Google as well. People are always Googling something, so be the person to write about it.
I'd say it's harder, but there is room. There is always room.
Let's have a look here. Nancy from Instagram. How do you beat the Instagram algorithm? We're still trying to find out. Just when I picked up on stories, they've now launched Reels, and then there was IGTV already. Should I focus on my feed and not bother about the new updates? What has been your secret to success?
Well,
that is such a good question, and it's something that we probably still ask ourselves now.
Yeah.
Like, the consistency for us is photos. Instagram is a photo app. So we're putting out photos and people want to come through your feed. And so we always prioritize taking nice photos. That's always going to be the basis of that app. So they can try and bring in, IGTV to compete with YouTube, Reels to compete with TikTok, whatever it is. And you have to jump on board and follow those trends. But I think always keep the priority to be the photographs and your feed looking pretty like that. Yeah, I think that's definitely the best advice I'd give there. That's what we do anyway, and it seems to work for us.
We even said the other day, like I think I said earlier in this live show, we scrolled our Instagram feed the other day and it was reel after reel after reel, and it was like mid-October, but it was showing us reels from like the 2nd of October, which was a couple of weeks ago, and they were just putting out reels.
The algorithms are always a problem, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. There's no point trying to work it out, no point trying to beat it. You got to just ride it. And like you say there, we've gone on our home feed today, and it's showing us reels from a month or weeks ago. Yeah. So our photos are not going as well as they usually would at the minute, because obviously Instagram is favouring people's reels. So we'll try and create a few reels, but
as long as you're producing top quality content, people will hop on board.
Create the best content you can, and most importantly, create content that you enjoy creating, because at the moment you start creating stuff for Instagram rather than for what you actually love, it soon becomes boring and it becomes a chore, it becomes hard work. So you're better off creating what you enjoy and what you love and getting a bit less engagement, but that's the priority really. We've got one last question. Thanks for all the tips and advice, loved it. What are your plans for your Instagram and YouTube? Just keep pumping. Keep pumping.
Instagram. We had a break, actually, a social media break a month ago.
Kind of re-strategize.
It was really, really good for us, because I've come back with the real love for photography again, because it kind of goes a bit stagnant. But I've really enjoyed taking photos these last few weeks, especially of the series of quirky accommodations we've been doing. It's been amazing. So have a break if you need a break.
Have a break if you need a break, and we'll just keep pumping content. We're definitely enjoying the YouTube side of things. And then Lauren's taking a bit more control of the Instagram. I'm trying to do a bit of YouTube, but just keep pumping it, keep enjoying ourselves.
Staying in our lanes.
yeah, that's it really.
Okay, I think
where are we?
Wrap up.
Poll results are in. So we asked, what is your primary social media platform? 67% of you said Facebook, and 33% to YouTube. Wow.
Zero Instagram.
I didn't think Facebook was so much used anymore. I only really use Facebook to connect with friends.
And we always started out on Instagram, so we thought that was the
high flyer
information source.
But I know YouTube's always there. People will always use YouTube as for tutorials, for fun, just to watch silly things. Like YouTube's definitely a good one, but Facebook is crazy. Okay.
Wow.
If you have any questions, then please get in touch with the QuickBooks support team, or you can send us a DM on Instagram. Our handle is CharlieandLauren_. Coming up on Ask the Expert tomorrow is QuickBooks Advanced Certified Pro Advisor Johan Gore. Johan is the Managing Director of JGBC, who specialise in supporting small businesses as they start their business and undertake their journey.
A reminder that if you need any more advice, join the official Intuit QuickBooks SMB community group on Facebook. Accountants and business experts are on hand 24/7.
So we're going to sign out, guys. I hope this has been beneficial to you at some point. We've really enjoyed answering your questions. You can follow us on Instagram at Charlie and Lauren, YouTube the same, Charlie and Lauren, and we will catch you sometime soon.